Hello, this is Amandeep and this is my presentation about my field placement in 2019. Before we start, I want to acknowledge Matt, my course coordinator, Travis, our food and nutrition manager at Group Park Home, these two beautiful ladies, Kelly and Silver, the chef at Group Park Home, partner in this journey, Haru Mehta, and my inspirational support, my friend Devinder Sharma, and at the last and above all, my family and the friends from back home. Group Park Home is located at 234 Cook Street, Barrie. It's a long-term care home established in 1968. It started with 68 beds, but now has a care for 142 residents. How I get my placements? Our college held an industry partnership lunch back in December, where I get a chance to have an interview with the food and nutrition manager of Group Park Home, Travis. He selected me and I start my placement on the 8th of January, and I completed my 240 work hours on 1st of April. My achieved placement goals: field placement work plan. On the day of interview, we decided to explore the organization from basic level, starting from lower level work responsibilities to higher level management. Food handling. In week 1 and 2, we work in the shadow of dietary aids. We learn about serving food and dishwashing. In week 2 and 3, we also learn about the food safety and the sanitation. We learn that sanitation and cleaning is the integral part of a long-term care, and we have to sanitize everything that comes into contact with the residents. Food preparation. We learn about how the central kitchen work in this organization. In week 4, I work with the prep cook, and we learn about the food induction modification. In a week 5, I work with the breakfast cook, and we learn about the nutritional supplements they provided to the residents. And finally, in a week 6, I work with the chef, and we start to prepare lunch and dinner. Interprofessional collaboration. We also work with the HR management, and I participate in the interview session. I work with the dietitian. We also have an interview with the vendors and suppliers. We test their products and try to incorporate in our organization. I also attend the joint occupational health and safety meeting, and we talk daily on daily basis with the personal support workers and the nurses, and we talk about the needs of residents. Good and service management. In week 7, I start working with the food and nutrition manager, where I learn about the inventory management, online order placement, and the food audits that they conduct weekly about the kitchen and the dining halls. Technology in this industry. During week 9, I work with the dietitian, where I learn about the point and click care assessment, where the nurses and PASW upload the dietary data and the vital sign data about the residents, and it is stored for the month. During my placement, I also got the promotion, and the organization gave me opportunity to work as a full-time trainee with the chef. I worked for the 5 days, and fortunately, I passed my training. In week 11, I worked with the dietitian and food nutrition manager and the chef, and we worked on the menu planning. As the season changes, the new availability for vegetable and fruits will are there, so we discussed about the menu according to that. Staff scheduling. In the last week, I got the availability from the all of the staff members, and I kind of prepare a schedule for the month of May. Highlights and responsibilities. Personal hygiene and food and safety and handling is the most important part of any long care center, and we have a responsibility to meet organizational standard and objectives, and above all we have to take care of our own health and safety, and we have to practice the professionalism at the daily level, because we are not only the single person who running the home. And I recommend this placement for individuals who have a motivation and ambition to work with these old folk, who feel empathetic for them, and who have compassion to make their day beautiful with full spirit. Influence of this placement on my future decision is that I learned to prioritize my responsibility. It enhanced my maturity and the sense of my cooperation, and I will recommend never actually I will never recommend anyone to leave their parents and grandparents in long-term care, and it made me emotionally strong. Finally, for conclusion, it's one of its own kind of experience where I realized that we are looking for speed in this race of life. We want to achieve as soon as possible by any means. In this fast forward life, age and elderly acted as stoppage and let the individual enjoy every moment of their spare life. So before you die, please live. Thank you.